Boom! what's up, folks? Welcome to the True Trading Group live stream. Guys, my name is Michael Everett. I've been trading and investing for over 15 years. Started my career working at a fund in New York City. It was my first job out of college. Then 2008 happened, and that was the Great Recession and the stock market crash, but also the same year that I received one of the firm's Trader of the Year awards. Do not let my plain, ugly background fool you. I'm in a room under a little bit of construction in the office down here in Miami, Florida. All right, guys. What I'm going to talk to you guys about here on this live stream tonight, we're going to go over, we got a lot to talk about. We got ECB panel, we got Jerome Powell, we got a couple of central bank members from all over the world talking today, gave a couple of speeches. I'm going to highlight some of the takeaways that I got from that. You got PCE inflation data coming out tomorrow, and we have an onslaught of information that this market is going to try to digest in the next couple of weeks. I am so excited for the month of July. I can't even begin to explain to you guys, because I believe that the month of July is going to be packed with huge moves up and huge moves down. And I'm going to explain to you exactly why I believe that July is going to be such a huge month and what I think the rest of this stock market crash does and how close are we to the bottom if we have not gotten there already. All right. So, folks, let's pack it up. Let's talk about it. If you guys are ready to learn, trade, and profit for real, you've come to the place. Take a moment, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications. Come on here day after day, folks, night after night, and I explain to you that this market is overflowing with opportunities. Today, the markets were extremely choppy. The markets basically opened up today, and you want to know where we are right now? The exact same place that we were at yesterday at the closing bell. Literally, we went through an entire trading session, and the SPY is exactly where it was after yesterday's close. So very, very, very choppy day today, but we were still able to pull out some profits today. Short semiconductors today, AMD, not just myself, but two other professional trading moderators that are part of the TGD community went after that trade short today. Not often that three moderators go after the exact same trade today. It happened. Myself, Jessica, and JD, two of our other moderators that are in True Trading Group, we all shorted AMD today and all were able to pull out some really good profits. One person bought put options. The others were able, myself and one of the other mods actually shorted the stock. But I gave an option to coincide with that trade that you guys could have followed along with if you were looking to take advantage of that opportunity. I always do that. Whenever I trade a mid cap or a large cap, we always give you an option because I'll short the stock itself, but I'll give you a put option if you want to follow along with that trade with me. Okay. So again, even in a choppy day like you had today, even when people are freaking out about, inflation and recession, we're still sitting here able to pull profits out of this market. That's exactly what happened today. And we do a lot of the heavy lifting for you guys. This has been going on really for this week. I really got to tell you that I think that what's about to happen here in the month of July is going to really, first of all, I think the market's going to bottom in July. So I'm kind of putting that out there. I think July is when the market's put in their bottom. And I'll explain to you guys a little bit more later on in this live stream why I believe that is. But you're getting so much information that's going to come out in July that, in my opinion, dictates the entire rest of this year and the tone that the market's going to take. And a lot of that data and information is going to start to come out as early as tomorrow. So we're going to break down what it all means, all right, what we think the market's going to do from here. And then I'll recap for you guys the trade today where we were able to capitalize on the AMD short, pulled some profits out of that. So congratulations, all my THC fam. Congratulations, those of you that either followed myself, JD, or Jessica in on those trades. Nice little day there today. So a nice little green day on a choppy day. I'll take it any day of the week. But I think tomorrow is going to be a lot crazier. All right. So before we get things started, though, folks, we're going to do a Q&A. I'm going to give some time for people to log on, let you guys come join the stream. So you guys can ask me questions, whatever's on your mind. Don't be shy. Don't be embarrassed. There's no such thing as a stupid question. Okay, guys, asking questions is really how you learn. My business partner and co-founder of True Trading Group, Adam, is going to come on. He's going to help me go through that Q&A. He always asks some really good questions. So he's going to help go through that Q&A. So you all can participate right now by typing your questions in chat. And let's go ahead right now, guys, and begin that Q&A.
What's up, buddy?
What's up, man? What's going on? You look good in your little glasses.
Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. So lots to dive into today. Where do we start? Maybe give a little bit of a little summary of, what happened today, why today was kind of an important day or not, kind of go from there.
Today was not as important of a day, I think, as you're going to get tomorrow. You had Jerome Powell speak early in the morning, but he wasn't by himself. He was speaking with other central bank members from around the world, and it's at the ECB forum that I think it was in Amsterdam this year. I think it was in Amsterdam. Don't quote me on that, but and you got really some input from a lot of different central bank members around the world, and they all are basically in agreement that they don't think that we're going to go back to the low inflation environment that we were in like prior to COVID, where you had really, nice, strong, steady growth, but inflation was running very, very low. A lot of that partly due to deglobalization, supply chain issues, and a aging workforce, where like a lot of people were an aging workforce, not enough people that's coming into the workforce. That aging workforce is starting to get a little bit older. And I think that that is kind of something that a lot of people have already known. They've mentioned it before. It's not new. There really wasn't any new piece of information that we got from this panel, and the markets really didn't react. You got GDP number was revised today for the final, not minus 1.6%. It was minus 1.5. So you got your GDP number for Q1 at minus 1.6, which is really not that great. But there really wasn't any piece of information today that was new to the market. And the markets just gave you this sideways action where, you really had to just take your profits and stuff them in your pocket today when you got it, because there just wasn't that directional momentum. But I think it's the calm before the storm. I really do.
All right. Excellent. Understood. You know what I'd like to do, actually? I'd like for people right now in the chat, guys, right now in the chat, let's break down some tickers for you guys. Go ahead and type the tickers that you want to see us break down inside of chat right now. Go ahead and type the tickers that you want to see us break down inside of chat right now. Oh my God.
What?
While you guys are doing that, I want to just say something real quick. Hang on a second. I have known Jimmy Hart since I've been 18 years old. I'm 38 years old. This man has worked in restaurants and in bars the entire time that I've known him, hustling his butt off. I got like goosebumps, man.
I am so happy right now, Jimmy. You have no idea, man. I'm so happy, Jimmy. Congratulations. Jimmy says, Mike, we got to get a Padron, which is my favorite cigar, and celebrate while you're in town. Thanks to you, Shug and TTG. Your boy is now a full-time trader. No more punching the clock ever. Jimmy, I am so happy for you, man. Congratulations. It's a hell of an accomplishment. I know you bust your ass and work your ass off. And Jimmy he's always great to me. Jimmy always comes by. He gives me a
I knew him when his name was Darnell.
He came to the office once and he brought me pizza. He brought me bottles of cognac and scotch. Jimmy's the man. Jimmy's the king. Congratulations, Jimmy.
Oh, I'm like speechless. I don't even know what to say, dude.
Yeah, Jimmy, I'm so happy for you, man.
For you and your kids and your life and everything. So, brother, I'm so proud of you, dude. I'm gonna hit you up when we get off the stream. I'm gonna call you when we get off the stream. Congratulations, man. All right, so we got some tickers here, Mike. You ready? Let's break down.
Fire them out.
The one that I'm seeing the most right now, or not the most, but I've seen it consistently, is SHOP. People want to know about SHOP. How does it look like in the 30s? Give us your breakdown on SHOP. And I know you're not in this one, but maybe a little bit of a game plan of what you would do or what you see here.
Yeah, a lot of people ask much. Shopify had a 10-for-1 split today. That's why there's a lot of attention on Shopify. Shopify was, a very expensive stock when this thing was trading at its highs. You were looking at like a $700 stock, I believe, when it was up at its highs, maybe even higher. No, $1,800, $1,700 a share, I think, at its high, or something like that. But now this stock is all the way down to, after they did their, oh, it's a 10-for-1 split. So after they did their 10-for-1 split, it's now down to $33. I think Shopify is a company that is going to possibly trade a little bit lower from here, but from a long-term growth perspective, I think Shopify is solid. You have a major support level for Shopify at $30. And I will just draw a line across $30 to show you all the significance of this $30 level. And as we draw out the support levels, you guys can see very clearly that you have...
Mike, you got to refresh your screen, please.
So you see all the support levels down here at $30. Right. And then as I pan back, you see down there $30, there $30, there $30, there $30. Okay. So all of that support that you have down there at $30, okay, that's a major, major, major multi-year level of support for Shopify. Now, if you're looking to add Shopify in your long-term portfolios, I think that that $30 area is a great spot for you to take a starter and to, begin, your nibbling on Shopify. But I do kind of feel like if the markets are going to roll over and make new lows, which is what I do believe is going to happen, you probably violate $30 and then maybe recover, and then the stock can kind of bounce from there. But I like Shopify for the long term. It is a higher risk play. So this is going to be a high risk, high reward type of investment. If you do decide to get involved with Shopify. So understand that if you are putting it in your long-term portfolio, this is a stock that could easily, you could be sitting on down 40% on your position. And that really wouldn't be that crazy on a stock like Shopify, even after it's split.
All right, let's move on. So we're moving on from Shop to, let's see what we got here. EVFM. EVFM is a stock that I've seen a bit today. Maybe give your overall analysis of that. Go ahead.
EVM, penny stock. So this is a stock that's trading, under $1 a share. Kind of lit up the board a little bit earlier this week on Monday with a big gap up. The stock has since had a significant pullback from there, but the stock is doing a pretty decent job of holding a level of support that actually still puts this in play. If you ask me, when we take a look back here and you see this support level that was previously a level of resistance, okay, previously a level of resistance. It's also a contraceptive stock. So everything that was going on with the Supreme Court and Roe v. Wade and everything, that's what kind of brought this stock to life. So with this previous level that was resistance, and then you had this big breakout through it, and now we did a nice job of holding above that level today. So that's what keeps this stock still in play. If this breaks underneath this 75-cent level, I would lose interest in it. I don't typically trade stocks that are this cheap, but this stock does trade some pretty good volume, and it's a heavier volume name for such a cheap stock. That it is something that I'll keep an eye on as long as it stays above 75 cents. Your mic is off, Adam.
Everyone's favorite electric car vehicle company. Let's go to Tesla. And refresh your screen just for good measure. I don't know if it's frozen or not, but just do it anyways. Make it a habit.
Okay, so what do I think about Tesla right now? Tesla, in my opinion, is forming a massive bear flag on the daily chart. All right, and I'll draw it out for you. Okay, so you've got your move down. Right, you move down, and now you have your flag consolidation that's forming here, and you have a double bottom support level right here at the bottom of this, all right, to create your support level. Okay, if this level gets broken, all right, if that level gets broken, it is a clean move to 550, and 550 puts you all the way back to 2021, that double bottom. All right. So if you break out and underneath this level, that's going to take you all the way down to 550. Now, if we do get a rollover in the overall market, you know what? Let me actually draw just so I can make this a little bit easier for you guys to see. Screen's frozen again. Let me draw one line across here just so you guys can see this a little bit easier. You see how you have this? Let me delete all this stuff. I feel like I just drew too much on there for you guys that are watching on smaller screens. You go all the way back here to July, you'll see again that another double bottom that you have right there from July. And that lines up with the double bottom that was put in place in May and June. So you see here, double bottom May and June, double bottom in July, double bottom March and May. Okay, so you have two very key levels here that you're looking at on Tesla. Now, I think Tesla will get back down towards the 625 to 650, which is the bottom support level that is this, because I still believe the markets are going to move to the downside. I think we have one more move lower before the markets actually start to put in a significant bottom where you can actually create a higher low where the markets then can bounce, pull back, hold higher, and then move higher. So I think you have one more move to the downside. That's why I think that all of these lower levels of support are going to tend to get tested.
All right, let's see what else we got. We'll do like one or two more of these.
Sure. Yeah, this is cool. I think people probably appreciate, just kind of going through this real quick.
All right, let's do everyone's favorite stock, AMC. The people's stock, baby.
The people's stock. The people's chair. AMC is just consolidating underneath what used to be a level of support. It's now become such an obvious level of resistance, and the stock's just having a hard time getting moving. This level, all right, and I'll just show you guys here that you go all the way back to 2021 before AMC experienced its big short squeeze. You guys remember that you had this resistance level here that was right around, call it $14. You see that resistance level there? Then when you broke through that level, that's when all hell broke loose, right? Stock pulled all the way back to that level this year. And then when we got back down to that level, you'll see that level that used to be resistance began acting as a level of support for the stock. Okay, so you guys see that? Again, used to be resistance. Then it became support. And then we finally broke it in May. And now, aside from this one little day where you had a little bit more of momentum that took you through, you can see the stock is really just consolidating underneath this level, right? I mean, that's really just basically what's taking place right now. That level that used to be major resistance, then it was major support. Now it is major resistance again. And I do think that AMC is going to get back down underneath 12, go back into the 11s, because again, I do believe the overall market makes one more move to the downside. There's going to be major resistance at $16 on AMC. $16 would be this previous pivot high from May 31st and also the 100-day moving average. So you have a lot of resistance from 14 to 16. I think the stock pulls back underneath 12 before it moves above 16.
All right. And where is it? The people want it, man. The people want it, Mike.
What do the people want?
Especially Mambo Jam's Kitty Cat 69 wants AMD, please.
AMD. So AMD just broke underneath a key level of support today. That was $80. That was why we shorted the stock today, because $80 was a key level. Now, as I zoom in so you guys can see this more clearly, you will see, okay, you'll see this again, little double bottom there at 80, right? But then as I zoom back out, let me go all the way back. Look at that. Look at that support, right? So that support all the way back from June of last year. So exactly a year ago used to be support, right? See that little level of support right there. And then as you go all the way forward, you have this double bottom. We broke beneath that today. Okay, so once we broke beneath that, that's when we broke underneath it. I waited for this bounce, and then I just went and I shorted AMD right there. Okay, so right there is where I shorted AMD today, and we were able to capitalize and take profits, along the way while the stock ended up drifting lower and making new lows. Not a home run trade, but still nice, solid trade. About 23, I think 23 or 25% gain on the options. And those options went from like $2.85 up to like 365 or something like that, 375 if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember the exact price of that, but that's a trade, folks. You put $1,000 in, you're pulling out, $250 just like that on a very choppy day. So not necessarily a home run trade, nothing I would write home and tell my mom about, but hey, on a choppy day today, it was a beautiful way to just kind of put some green in our pockets. Remember, safest place for profit is always going to be in your pocket. So it was a nice trade. And like I said, this was the one that all the, 3 of the moderators in chat, including myself, so 2 other mods, all 3 of us went after AMD to the short side today.
Somebody just asked, how much is it to join? And I replied back while you were talking. I said, how much you got? We don't need to get into that now. All right. Here's something I'm curious about. There was a stock today. Also, I want a big shout out to Traders Live trading. You guys are absolutely amazing. We showed a lot of support over there today. Great channel. So nice little shout out there. That is Trader TV. All right. They were really supportive of us today. Went ahead and shouted us out a bunch, and just want to return the favor.
Yeah, cool group of dudes over there.
Absolutely, I'm getting a hat. All right, so let's talk. I just saw it, and I gotta find. Yeah, here it is. So the ticker is ANAL. Just kidding. It's ALNA.
Another penny stock.
But these were I don't know what happened, but these were popular today.
It's a 20-cent stock.
I know it's nothing that you would have necessarily. It's nothing that you would have traded, but it's you know, there you go.
Yeah. So yeah, this ALNA. This is not something that mixes. Yeah. Oh, sorry. So what happened with ALNA?
Mike, make it one screen so everyone can see. Nobody can see what you're looking at.
I'm looking at it something specific before I go back to the full screen.
Okay, maybe explain what you're looking at.
I was about to.
All right, just check it.
I was about to say it's this piece of news. Okay. And they nixed their offering. So the company was going to do an offering. They decided not to. And that's why the stock then had that big gap up. This is not a stock that is on my watch list going forward. This is not a stock that I believe is going to really move higher. I think that, this stock probably goes back to 20, maybe even 18 cents. I think before it goes back to 40 or 50 cents. Really ugly candle on the daily chart, if you ask me. Huge volume day. Just looks like it was a liquidation event for people that wanted to get out of the stock. And it looks to me that that's exactly what happened. You probably had a lot of bag holders on this thing because the stock got absolutely pulverized. And it had a little gap up today with an increase in volume. It just looks like everybody took advantage to just sell out of their positions. I don't think that this is a stock that I'm going to be talking about in the foreseeable future.
Very good. So Donald Colucci says, if you're giving double my money back if I don't make my membership fee, how do you know that I'm not lying if I don't make my membership fee back? That's a great question. So for those that don't know, at True Trading Group, we offer a double. Don't worry, stay, don't leave. I'm not going to get into a whole sales spiel. I just want to explain what this person's referring to. So at True Trading Group, we have a double your money back guarantee. What does that mean, right? It means that if you sign up for True Trading Group, whatever you pay on the day that you sign up, in 12 months, okay? In 12 months, okay? If you do not make your subscription fee back at least one time, we will give you back everything you paid and then 100% of what you paid on top, right? 100%? Is that correct? 100% on top of that, okay? So that means if you pay $1,000 to sign up, 12 months later, you do not make your membership fee back at least one time, we will give you $2,000. Okay. We do this because we've been in business for a minute, and we know what the numbers are, right? Our refund rate is something like 2.41%, 2.42%, something like that, since 2016. So is it something we would have done in 2016? No, because there's nothing about, that'd be pretty arrogant. But doing it now, doing it now is just a show of faith in what it is that we've built and what it is that we feel good about with our product. As far as how do we know if you're lying? I mean, look, we ask you for we are going to ask you for your for your trading records for the year. We typically review them in like a couple days, and then if all checks out, we send you the money, no problem. Yeah, could you make it up? Could you Photoshop it? Could you lie about it? Sure, you could, but look, for us, it really doesn't matter that much. Typically, if you're making money, you're not going to be looking for that out.
Exactly. I mean, if you're
so look, it's there because we know that this industry of like selling courses and products and alerts and things like that, we know that that it's a shady industry, right? So we want that there for you to feel comfortable, and we honor it. But we are confident in the fact that you're probably not going to need it. So that's what we're doing. So it's like, every night we come on here and we literally say, spend $1,000, risk $1,000. You're guaranteed 2,000 at the end of the membership if it doesn't work out. That's your worst case scenario. Best case scenario, you risk $1,000 and you make a hell of a lot more than that. So kind of a no-brainer. Either way, you come out ahead. So all right. Anyways, that's hope that answers your question. Next. All right, Michael, it's about that time. What time
is that?
It's spy time.
Spy time, you said?
Yeah. Talk about the spy. Tell us what happened in the spy today.
Today, nothing. The spy literally did nothing.
All right. Well, thanks. You heard it from the man's mouth himself. Nothing happened today, so we can skip that topic, huh?
No. I talked about this earlier. I think this is when you went to the restroom. So the spy literally is exactly, okay, the spy literally is today, right now, exactly where it was at yesterday's close. So we went through an entire trading day, and the SPY is exactly where it was at yesterday's close. So the SPY literally today just did that. So it just went sideways the whole day. There was no movement. There was no nothing. It was just up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, and we stopped. And the reason why I believe that this is what you got here today, this extremely choppy day, which is why I was saying, like, for us to pull money out on a day like today, and sometimes days like today can be the most challenging days when there is that lack of direction and that lack of follow through, because these are days where sometimes people that are long can lose money and people that are short can lose money. And this is where that discipline really comes into play. And we talked about this very, very early on in chat today. And we talked about the SPY probably dropping down to 379, bouncing back to 382. We set it pre-market. We set it in the game plan. And we set it in our analysis that we do every single day, pre-market before chat. And then throughout the course of the trading day, we felt the lack of momentum. There was just no momentum in the markets either way. It was just flip-flopping back and forth. And I made a point of it today to come on the microphone to kind of talk to our members to make sure that whenever I see and whenever I feel that choppiness in the market, I'll always come on and always make sure that our members are aware that that's kind of the feel that I have for the day, because that can help you kind of make your decisions. Like, take profits off sooner, be quick, don't expect levels to break, expect levels to hold. Don't look for the follow through direction. Just take the range that you're getting on the market, and that can prevent you from making losing trades. And it can also help you, put some profit in your pocket on a day like today. And it's exactly what we did with AMD, like the AMD short. So, The SPY really didn't do much today, so there's not really much to talk about it from today, but there is a lot to talk about what's coming ahead. And what's coming ahead is going to be PCE data tomorrow, which is a major piece of inflation data the Fed pays very close attention to. That's going to come out tomorrow morning. All right. You also have earnings are going to be starting up once you get into July. Then by the second week of July, you're going to get CPI data and PPI data, which is more inflation numbers that the Fed pays very close attention to. That inflation data is going to come out in the heart of Q2 earnings. And when those Q2 earnings come out, I'm telling you guys this now, what I expect to happen over the next couple of weeks is I expect companies to come out with earnings, not necessarily have bad quarters, but I think companies are going to revise their guidance lower in anticipation of a recession and in anticipation of not being able to control costs because of inflation. And that will cause analysts who are apparently asleep at their desk to finally lower earnings estimates for 2022. And once analysts lower earnings estimates, stock prices can then come down, take another leg to the downside. And then you can start to say the markets are now priced for a recession. And once I feel that the markets are pricing in a recession, that's when you can really start to then put money to work. Because typically what happens is we've been talking about a recession for months. Okay. And not just us, but everyone. You turn on the TV, all you hear is, recession's coming, recession's coming, recession's coming. Well, I got news. Okay. The worst recessions that we've had were never forecast like this. It's like everybody knows, there's a recession coming. You don't think the market is going to start to reflect that? It already is starting to reflect that. But I think you just need that one more little where I feel comfortable to say, okay, we've priced that recession in. Recessions really surprise people when you get the real severe moves. And I'm telling you guys, the markets have done a lot of damage already. I think we're close to the bottom. I don't think the bottom is in yet, but I think we're very close. And I think July is when you're going to get it.
All right. So now it is time to get specific, meaning that instead of breaking down tickers, we're going to get specific with your questions. So first up, we have Broken Motivator. Broken Motivator says, I'm curious, Adam. Mike says that even if you are a 60% winning trader, that means you still lose 40%. How does Mike continue his motivation on those 40% days? Mike, you are not I think this person may have misunderstood. Or
no, they don't miss them. You're just misreading their question. Yeah.
All right, so go ahead, do it.
Yeah, the person is saying, like, if a trader is a 60% win rate trader, you're going to have losing trades 40% of the time. How do you still keep in good spirits the 40% of the time is really the question. And it really has a lot to do with and is covered in the trader psychology courses that are included with the TCG curriculum. Trading is 80% mental. And I always tell people that you have to understand that losing is part of trading. It is impossible to not make losing trades. So you're going to have losing trades no matter what you do, no matter how good you get, you're going to have losing trades. You just have to accept the fact that just because you make a losing trade does not necessarily mean that it was a bad trade. If you identify a high probability setup and you stick to your stop loss and you manage your risk and it just doesn't work out, that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad trade, because there is no setup that's going to work 100% of the time. You have to understand that. There's no chart pattern. There's no indicator. There's no setup that has a 100% success probability. Okay, it doesn't exist. So if it doesn't exist, then therefore we know that there's going to be times that you're going to get yourself into an extremely good setup and it's still not going to work out. Very similar to, for those of you that play poker, you can get dealt pocket aces pre-flop. You have the highest probability of winning, but it doesn't guarantee you're going to win. You can still lose that hand. But does that mean that it was a bad decision by playing the pocket aces? Of course not. You have to play pocket aces. Trading's a lot like that. You find the highest probability patterns that you can and you attack them. Knowing that sometimes you're going to make losing trades, but accepting the fact that losing is part of trading makes it easier to deal with the losses. It's not always, losing trade automatically equals bad. No, not necessarily. You can make a losing trade, it'd still be a good trade. You can make a winning trade, it could be a bad trade. Example, you buy stock at 8, you say you're going to stop out at 750, it goes to 750, you don't stop out, then it's at 725, and you're like, oh, I'll just hold it, it's going to bounce, then it's at 7, and you're like, oh, well, now I'm down so much, I might as well just hold it and see what happens, and the company the very next day comes out with a press release and it gaps up to 9. You made money, but it was a horrific trade. It's a terrible trade, horrible, but you still made money on it. So if you can make money on a bad trade, you can also lose money on a good trade, and that's what you really have to understand. It's really mindset, it's perspective of knowing that you're going to have losing trades. So when the 40% of them come, instead of getting upset, so if you make 100 trades, 40 are going to be losers. Instead of you getting upset when you have a loser, get excited, you only have 39 left. You make another losing trade, now you only have 38 left. And it's your job to make sure that every single one of those 40 losing trades out of 100, if that's what your win rate is, your job is to make sure that you lose 1 risk unit or less on every single one of those trades. And every time you can lose less than a risk unit on one of those 40 trades, that, my friends, is a win.
All right. Next question from Joe. What determines your entry exit? If I'm following a trade, it always seems to me that you are late when compared to the MACD, which I watch to help determine the best time to buy or sell.
Joe, I'm not late regarding the MACD. I don't use it the way that you do. Very big difference. So I don't use the MACD indicator to determine my entries and my exits. Apparently, it seems like you do. I'm not saying that means that you're wrong. It just means that you're using indicators in a different way that I am. So if you're trying to base your entries and exits off of mine using completely different parameters and indicators that I use, then yes, they're not going to line up because I'm not using the same strategy as you. So I don't know what strategy that you're using for your MACD indicator, but I use a whole, I don't just rely on a MACD. So what I do is I look for signals where multiple indicators converge to give me the same signal. The more indicators that give me the same signal, the higher the probability of the pattern. I'm not just going to rely on what one indicator is doing. And that's what it seems like that you're doing. And that's why our entries and our exits are not lining up.
Mike, this guy figured it out. We have to kill him now. This guy
now we have to kill you.
Guys, figured it out. The gig is up. This guy figured it out.
That's it.
That's it.
The deep state. It's over. The whole thing's coming undone.
This guy figured it out.
It's all coming undone. Homeland Security is going to knock on my door in 10 seconds.
Oh, my God. I don't know what to do. I had a life before you ratted us out. Oh. Anyways. I'll leave this up on the screen for a little bit just until the security gets here. Here, Thomas Gamble. If a trade is going in a direction the way you plan, then turns around the other way, how can you tell when it will go the other direction on the trade?
I got to read that again. Hold on. If a trade is going in a direction the way you plan, then it turns the other way.
If a plane leaves New Jersey at 4 p.m. and a train leaves Miami at 4 p.m. Thomas, I know who you are. I love you, bro, but could you have made this a little simpler?
It will go the other direction on that. So I think what he's asking is you get into a trade, you think it's going up, it starts going up, then it goes the other way. How can you tell when it's going to go the other way? I mean, listen, Thomas, there's not a clear-cut answer to that question. There's things you can look for. There are bearish signals and reversal signals that you can look for, one of which is actually what I did today in CBIO. CBIO was a trade that I was long in. We broke out. We made new highs. I took profits off. And then all of a sudden, it gave me a bearish signal, one example of a bearish signal is when a stock breaks the high of the day and immediately pulls back in to retest the support level, the support level that it just came from. And I'll just show you the example of CBIO. So we got long CBIO inside of this little pullback. We then extended, broke out through the high of the day. I had shares sitting up there.
Mike, you're gonna have to back up. We spoke about this. Every time you switch your charts, reshare your screen. Do you want the shot caller? Now he's frozen. This is amazing. This is amateur hour. Anyways, we're going to work on this. I'm going to make sure that he has proper streaming equipment in the future, although I am going to take a screenshot of this because this is actually really good. All right. So here I am, all alone. I did get the duck face picture. I'm going to save that. So just stay tuned. I'm sure he'll figure out how to turn his computer back on in a minute. Hey, there he is.
I'm back.
Hey, welcome to the party, Mike.
Thank you. Appreciate that. So yeah, CBIO, going back to
start over completely. Nobody caught any of it.
Yeah. So the bearish example or the bearish signal, one example stock that breaks the high of the day and immediately pulls back to retest the support level that it just came from. And this was a perfect example of it today. We got long in CBIO right down here in this pullback. We took profits off on this extension to new highs. And then you'll notice that as soon as we made the new high, you notice how we immediately pulled back to retest the support level that we just came from. So this was the support level that we just came from, right? There it is. There's your support level that you just came from, okay? We broke through the high, and then you'll see we immediately pulled back to retest that level again. So as soon as I saw that signal, and this is a bearish signal that we cover in the courses, I immediately sold more of my position right there because of that bearish signal. And then what happens, the stock then rolls itself over, right? So that's one example of a bearish signal that we were able to identify and get profits off the table and then get out of the trade once you see that bearish signal. So that's just one example of, some ways that you can, determine when a stock is going to work itself out in the opposite direction than what you're looking for.
All right. Go ahead and reshare your screen. This is from Drew Lawson. Mike, I've been adding to my long-term portfolio over the last month. Just curious, when do you decide to take profit on long-term? Is it a time frame for you or a price target?
Okay, so two-prong answer. I will take profit when I foresee the next economic hurricane storm that I think is going to cause a significant pullback in the markets, just like we did last year. So last year, we predicted this entire crash. All you guys need to do is go back and watch my live streams from the end of last year. I told you this was going to happen this year. And we very publicly, what are you doing, man? What was that? What are you doing?
It's duck face.
Oh, okay. So we very publicly, told people on our live streams last year that I was selling my long-term portfolio to raise cash because I was expecting this to happen this year. And sure enough, now here we are. So it's like the next time that I foresee something that's going to be happening from an economic standpoint, something like COVID is not something that anybody could have predicted. That wasn't something that anyone was able to predict. But the next time that I see, a severe economic headwind, that's when I'm going to take profits off my long-term portfolio. The other time that I'll take profits is if a position gets too big because of how much the stock has increased and my portfolio will become too overweight on one particular stock. I will trim that stock. I'll take some profit off and I'll take some of that profit and then I'll spread it across and put it into some other stocks that I really like that are maybe now underweight because of how far that one stock has gone. I don't want to have, 40% of my portfolio in one particular stock. So it's like as one position gets way bigger than the rest, I'll just trim some profit and I'll disperse that across other names. So those are really the two times that I go ahead and I take profit. I'm also very young, so I'm not really thinking about retirement or anything like that. If I was 62 years old, my answer would be much different. I would be looking to take profits off, within the next couple of years.
When you said overweight, I felt attacked. Oh, trying to get this guy's Sean Johnson. Does that mean if you think we're going into a recession next year, you will take profit on your long term for some of the positions that you just entered?
No. What I will probably do is I'll probably sell out of the stocks. So I bought two different types of stocks this year. Like growth tech stocks, and then I bought like consumer staple and healthcare recession resilient stocks. I bought a REIT, some energy companies. What I will do is within the next probably year is I'm probably going to sell, and I already took profits off in a lot of my oil names. But in the next year, I'm going to probably sell out of the recession resilient stocks that I bought. Some of them are on fire. Like, I mean, General Mills was one of the companies that we added to the portfolio on June 17th. I mean, look at what this stock has done. Absolutely insane what General Mills has done. And Adam actually asked me on the live stream yesterday. Adam had asked me, what are, some stocks that you would buy right now for the short term? And General Mills is one of the companies that I said to you guys yesterday. General Mills is up 6.5% today and just literally broke out to a fresh new all-time high. All right,
I'm telling you to reshare your screen every time you go to a new one.
So General Mills, new all-time high. All right, new all-time high today, and we bought the stock on June 17th. Right, so this is one of those stocks, and it's like I'll sell this probably in about a year. These are the stocks that I'm just buying for the recession. But the thing is, you have to realize is that you do not want to wait for the recession to be over for you to start buying stocks. You want to buy stocks when the recession is coming. Okay, that's when you want to buy stocks. Okay, that's when you've got to buy stocks. Like the same thing when you take a look at, same thing when you take a look at. I always give you the example of 2008 and 2009. Like when I give you guys 2008 and 2009, it's the worst recession that this any of you have ever seen. Okay, I always give you this example to put things into perspective. The markets completely crashed in 2008, right? Completely crashed in 2008. We were down 38% in 2008. We started the year in 2009, even worse. But by the end of 2009, we actually finished the year up 20%. So early 2009, it looked terrible. By the end of 2009, the market was up over 20%. But 2009, we were still in the depths of the Great Recession. So if the economy is in a recession, how is it that the stock market went up more than 20% in the single year if the economy was in a recession? And that's because the stock market will sell off going into the recession, but then the stock market bottoms while you're in it. And the stock market recovers way before the economy actually comes out of the recession. And then even 2010, you can see what the stock market did in 2010. Again, continued higher, again, still in the recession. So we really only went down for 1 year. We started off 2009 even lower, but then finished the year higher and then finished the year higher again. So you don't want to wait until you're out of the recession. If you waited till you were out of the recession, then you got long here. You got long here instead of getting long all the way down here. And think how much money and how much wealth building that you are missing during that time period. So the stocks that I'm buying right now, my long-term portfolio from the growth standpoint, from the technology standpoint, those are companies I'm going to own for many, many years. It's the recession stocks that I've bought over the last, week or two. Those are the ones that I'm not going to hold for very long because those are stocks that will outperform during the recession. But I don't think the recession is going to last very long. So I don't want to own those stocks very long. They're just kind of protection on the rest of my portfolio.
All right. Next question. Robert Howard has a good personal question here. Robert Howard says, what was your aha moment when you were learning to trade? How did it change your trading going forward?
So I'll tell you guys a story. My Teachy fam know the story very, very well. And this is the day that my entire trading changed.
I'm gonna turn my camera off, but look at my what do you call it? At my icon when I turn my camera off.
I hate you. I really do hate you. So here's the moment that changed for me. Okay. I was working at the firm. I got myself into a position. I was oversized. I was way past my risk. A piece of news came out. The stock tanked on me. I couldn't get out of that position fast enough. I got so frustrated. I stood up. I grabbed the sides of my keyboard and I bent it and I snapped it right in half. And all like the space bar, letter Q, P, whatever, all the keys went flying. But the joke's on me because now I don't have a keyboard, so I can't get out of my position. So our IT guy, who was like a 6'5", 300-pound dude, comes running down the trading floor. You know, this massive human being holding a keyboard, which in his hand, you know, looked like a cell phone, and hooks up my keyboard for me so I can get out of my trade. And my boss at the time kicked me off the trading floor for the day, and then came in and talked to me at the end of the day. And it's a conversation that I'll never forget. And that is when he said to me, amongst other things, but one quote that really stuck with me was, successful traders are more concerned with how much they're going to lose if they're wrong. Struggling traders are more concerned with how much they're going to make if they're right. And that quote stuck with me forever and was the difference maker and what changed my entire mindset on trading, to where instead of me thinking about how much I'm going to make, I started controlling my risk. I had no risk management. I had very poor discipline when I was a young trader, the exact opposite of the trader that I am now today. Members, I think, are in agreement that my strengths as a trader is I have impeccable risk management and discipline. And that's something that I did not always have. And that's definitely one of my, or those are definitely, I think, my strengths as a trader. But it wasn't until I got that risk under control that my trading turned the corner. And that's why I am such a stickler for risk management, because without it, without consistency in your losses, you're going to have a very difficult time being consistently profitable. And that is the moment that really changed. And that was my aha moment in my trading career.
Excellent. Here you go.
True Trading Group. Personally, I watch Trader TV because trading is really lonely. So primarily I'm looking for a community. Well, look no further. True Trading Group is a community that is filled with over 9,500 active, educated, and like-minded investors from all over the world, from all walks of life. And when you join the Teachy family, you're joining a community that genuinely cares about whether you succeed or fail. The members are always helping each other out. The moderators are always helping members out. I mean, it really is, you know, unlike any community that I think anybody's really ever experienced before. So, I mean, if you're looking for a community because you don't like trading alone, believe me, man, look no further. And you're also going to get access to, you know, about $5,000 worth of tools that, you know, traders use that help them make better decisions. So that's all included with your membership.
Excellent. All right. See what else we got here. What other things did you want to cover today?
Well, I mean, when you asked me about the SPY, I kind of went into that regarding the SPY and some of the data that we're going to get coming out here. Tomorrow is going to be a big day, you know, because you got the PCE data. It's going to give us kind of some insight into some of that inflation.
What is PCE data? Why is it going to matter, and so on and so forth? Give them a little taste. Give them a little taste.
PCE is it's an inflation indicator that the Fed pays very close attention to. So if the Fed pays attention to it, you need to pay attention to it. It measures the price that the increase in the average price that consumers pay for goods and services. Okay, it's very similar to like a CPI number, same type of concept. So, you know, getting that number is a really important gauge to try to figure out if inflation has peaked or not. So you're going to get that tomorrow, and then that's kind of going to be like the prelude here to then when you get your CPI and PPI numbers that'll come out in I believe about 2 weeks. In about 2 weeks, I think you can get those numbers. So that's why I think tomorrow is going to be a big day. It's going to kind of give you that. It's going to give you like that insight into what those inflation numbers are going to look like. If TTD were a family, in TTD, we are a family. We don't compete with each other. We help each other to succeed. Amen, old timey. Amen.
Was there anything else you wanted to discuss today? Was that about it?
Well, I mean, I kind of went over like in the questions, you asked me about AMD.
No, I know. I'm not saying that's it. Like it's a bad thing. We've been going for an hour. I'm asking you.
I mean, I honestly, I wanted to cover the AMD trade today, which we kind of did just a little bit earlier when someone was asking me my thoughts on AMD. When AMD broke that key level, I thought that was a surefire way to get some more downside. And, semiconductors have been very weak in the overall market. I expect semiconductors to underperform probably over the next year. And that weakness has really, gave me an opportunity to short AMD and pull some money out of the market today on what was a very, very, very choppy day. So
right. I'm gonna give it to Robert Howard, just coming with the good questions. What's the difference between PCE and CPI?
Honestly, it's such a
I and the E.
I. Yeah, the difference is you
got that one. Fucking dick. You got that one.
Yeah. Oh man, that's funny. So CPI is broken down into different categories. Like you'll actually, like different items, and then PCE is gonna just kind of be like more of Italian, everything that you're gonna spend on, and it's broken down into like industry instead of like item. But the differences are it's a very like minute, specific data, like economic point where honestly, for just the regular person, it's really not something that I would really concern yourselves too much with. Just know that PCE, CPI, PPI, these are the inflation indicators that the Fed watches to get a feel for where inflation is, like what sectors and what industries, and how much it's going up still, or if it's flattening out, or if it's coming down. And then also inflation expectations is also another indicator that the Fed pays very close attention to as well.
Very nice. So, all right, let's talk about this for a second. You ready? You're a trader. You're on the stream right now. What are you looking at for tomorrow? What's your gut telling you for tomorrow? I feel like you haven't come out and done SPY puts in a while. That's usually your go-to. Usually your go-to, usually what gets it done. What's going on, man? When are you doing SPY puts again? Is it that? Are you afraid?
Afraid? I'm very happy I didn't have SPY puts because the markets went up a lot.
I know. I'm just saying it's your go-to, man.
It's my go-to when it's time. It wasn't.
How come you never buy? How come you don't buy SPY calls?
Because it's also not time for that. The market went sideways today. If I bought calls or puts, I would have.
I don't mean money today. I'm just saying, man. Anyways, look, give us your gut for tomorrow. What are you looking at? How are you going to help these people make money tomorrow? That's what they want to know.
I mean, listen, it's all going to rest on this PCE number, and I don't know what this PCE number is going to be. Nobody does.
So give a if this then that.
I am. That's exactly what I was going to do. If the inflation number comes in light, like let's say you get a PCE number that comes in light, which I don't necessarily think the PCE number is going to come in light. I think the PCE might come in right in line with expectations, maybe 1/10 of a point higher. And I think that if you get commodities continue to recover, which oil has recovered significantly and substantially, and if that continues, I think you can see more pressure in the markets. And I think that the SPY will break a key support level, which is 378.50, 379. That level, if that level breaks, then I think you have a pretty easy move to the downside. And if the PCE number comes in above the expectation, that could be a catalyst that can break that support level. That support level held today. But if the PCE number comes in above expectation, I think you can break that level and then continue to the downside. And then you look for, once earnings start coming out. I haven't, I'm really going to be watching this earnings season, guys, because I really do think you can get some pretty big moves to the downside once you get some of these earnings come out. And then those big moves to the downside in the individual stocks will become kind of common theme, and then that'll move the markets lower. And then by the middle of July, you'll get your CPI and PPI inflation numbers. And those are the numbers that I think are going to come in under the expectation of inflation. Like if it's expected to be 8.5 and it comes in at 8.3. And then that's when people will finally start to feel confident that inflation has officially peaked. And that will bring buying into this market if inflation does in fact peak. But I don't think you're going to get that signal until probably the middle of July. So I am looking at possible, listen, I'm short biased right now. I made my money the last couple of days. I made my money short. We had the home run trade in GameStop, short GameStop. That was a big win. That was like 64%, 65% gain on the put option for members. You guys, if you put $1,000 into that trade, you're looking at a $650 profit. That's the type of action that we had there this week. And that was a trade that I entered on Friday, and I'm still in a piece of that position. That paid us very, very nicely. And then today, short AMD. So I didn't short necessarily the overall market, but I am shorting stocks. And members are buying put options on the back of that, and we're getting rewarded handsomely for it.
Excellent. Let me give you a scenario. It's going to be a tough question, something we haven't done on here in a bit. I just want I want you to go ahead and give an honest answer, and don't say if they got in at like the perfect time and sold at the perfect time. Give a good range, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Given some of the alerts that you've given out in chat and some of the other mods have given out in chat this week, if somebody were to have, properly followed along for, let's say $500 or $1,000, let's use $1,000 as an easy number. What kind of week could, in a perfect world, could they have expected back this week?
I mean, listen, there's a lot of trades that are made throughout the course of a week. You guys got to realize that it's not just myself. It's not just myself that's in there calling out trades. There's 8 other moderators that are in chat calling out trades. So, I mean, depending on which trades that you were following out of myself and the 8 other moderators, I mean, those numbers can be greatly different. But I just went over with you, some of the trades that I had made just recently was the GameStop trade, where the option went 65%. The AMD trade today went about 20%, 22%, or 25%, something like that. So, these are the type of percentage moves that you're getting in the overall market. And, it's all relative to your. So
let me answer your question. So 25%, right, was the trade. And that was a swing trade, right? The GameStop trade? GameStop
was a swing trade. That was like 65%.
Okay. And that was a swing trade for options, right? So if I had a small account, like if I had $2,000 in an account, could I have used $1,000 to trade that trade?
Yeah.
Okay. So if I did, let's say I put in $1,000, your screen's frozen again. Okay, you got to turn it on. Let's say that that I put in $1,000, right? Look, it'd be great if I could get out at 64, 65%, but you want to be conservative and go a little bit lower?
Yeah, call it 50. Could have made $500.
Okay, fine. And then, so I mean, and that was a swing, right? So that means that literally it's not something you have to babysit and sit there and worry about, day trading wise.
Right. No, we got in that on Friday. We got in that trade on Friday. And then we took, took that profit, took the bulk of that position off. And then we actually added back to the position again yesterday. So we got in Friday. We took some profit Friday. We held over the weekend. We held into Monday, took more profit Monday, We reloaded back to full-size position yesterday. Stock sold off yesterday. We took more profits still in a piece.
Understood. All right. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Why?
Because this is the face you're making.
Oh, no.
Somebody said, are you sure that's not his grumpy face? Perhaps he isn't frozen. Like, there's comments in chat about it. You okay?
No, I'm super, super depressed. I
don't know, man. Like, you know, I'm just checking. All right. Anyways, so moving on from that, I guess that'll be it. So I guess the message here is get your butts in chat tomorrow. There's going to be, or get on the mobile app, right?
Yeah, tomorrow that PCE number I think is going to be a big indicator of what's going to happen here with inflation, and depending on what happens with inflation is going to affect the market, because that's going to affect what the Fed's going to do. So, you know, you guys get your butts in chat, and I think that literally today was a very low volatility type of day, but I'm telling you, I think that July is going to be nuts. I think July could be the craziest month of the entire year, because you have so much. You have a Fed meeting, you have inflation data, you've got earnings, you're going to have the analysts earnings estimates get revised. Companies' guidances are going to get revised. Like, you got the mid-year rebalancing. Like, there's so much happening in the month of July that, like, I think you're going to just get this wild and crazy move in the markets. I really do. I think it's going to be nuts. I think it's going to be absolutely nuts. And I think the market's bottom in July. And I've been saying that all year, that the market's bottom in the summer. And right now, if inflation does peak, and that is yet to be seen, we don't know if it's peaked or not yet, but I think that in July you might get some data points that suggest that inflation did peak. Doesn't mean that it's going to come crashing down, but as long as inflation peaks, it can bring some buying into the market. It can bring some buying into the market, and that can, you know, really kind of stabilize some things. Not to say that we go back to all-time highs or anything like that. I don't think we were anywhere near all-time highs, but you could make a significant move off of the levels that we're at. I think that the markets by the end of the year are higher than where they were in July. And I've been saying that all year, and I still feel that way. And the moment that changes, or moment that I'll be wrong about that if inflation does not peak in June. If your CPI numbers in July are above expectations, it was 8.5 in April, it was 8.6 in May. If it's 8.7 in June and 8.8 in July, then I will be wrong about that. But if it's 8.5 in May and it's 8.3 in June and it's 8.1 in July and it's 8.0 in August, then yeah, I think the markets will have bottomed in July for 2022. And I think the markets could probably end the year somewhere around 420 in the SPY, 420, 430 on the SPY could be where we finish the year. Then you actually get a recession next year. The market then sells back down to the 2022 lows. It's not a very deep recession. And then I think that you're going to get, you know, a bounce from there. And then you look at 2024, 2025, 2026, the market goes back to their average 9 to 11% average annual return. And you go back to this nice, slow and steady climb higher. And that's how I believe that this entire scenario plays itself out. All right. Those are my thoughts. All right. And when that changes, I'll let you guys know. Okay. When that changes, when my thought process there changes, if I no longer believe the markets are going to be higher in December than they are in July, I will certainly let you know. But that's going to be if inflation does not peak. Okay, if inflation does not peak, then yes, I think that I'll be wrong about that, and the markets are going to go significantly low. And then now you're probably talking about 320 on the SPY is kind of my worst case scenario. If I'm wrong, I think you're looking at like 320. But I don't think I'm wrong. You know, I've been right so far all year, and we'll see if that continues for the remainder of the year. All right. So, folks, listen, we're about to do a sales pitch. All right. So the education portion of our live stream is now over. All right. So if you want to learn about how to join True Trading Group and what you get, stick around, and then we'll even show you the actual platform. Okay. But I'd like to see who here is on the live stream right now that is not a member of True Trading Group. Do me a favor and just type the letters TTG. Just type the letters TTG if you are not a member of the True Trading Group family. I want to see who we have here that is not a member, but is joining us here on these live streams. I love seeing the new faces that we have here. So let's go ahead right now, guys. Type the letters TTG if you're not a member of True Trading Group. We got Austin Waldo, Million Stop, Marianne, Mitch, Aboriginal, TMS. There's Satram. All right, good, guys. So a lot of new faces here that are joining us on the live stream. Guys, so listen up. So if you guys are not members of True Trading Group, what I'll do here right now is, like I said, I'm going to explain to you guys how you can join the True Trading Group family. All right, and everything that you get included with it. You guys have to understand that when you join True Trading Group, though, you're getting access to a real professional education that is similar to what I received when I worked at a fund in New York. It's in-depth and complex, yet easy to understand and implement quickly. Whether you guys have never traded a day in your life or you've been doing this for 10 years, this platform can help you reach your goals. We get asked all the time about what makes us different from other trading groups that are out there, and it is the fact that we are a platform. We are not just courses. Yes, there's courses in our platform, but we're so much more than that, guys. You're getting access to premium investing tools from some of today's top fintech companies that if you purchase on your own are going to cost you about $5,000 a year. Don't do that, because even if you don't join True Trading Group, you're still going to need these tools. You need scanners, you need simulators, you need analyst ratings, you need news feeds, you need dark pool data, you need unusual options activity, you need all this information, okay? We've spent years developing relationships with all of these companies to offer their products on our platform at no additional cost to you, like Benzinga with their real-time news feed and Trading View and Trading View's charts, Quote Media's level 2. Like I said, the unusual options activity, dark pool data, all of this stuff is included for free when you guys join True Trading Group. And you also get our entire curriculum. There's no upsells for more courses. You get access to all of our courses, like 300 hours of a video library and so much more than that. And we're a family. You're getting access to, you're joining a family of over 9,500 members that are like-minded, educated, helpful, and you know, like-minded, that generally give a damn whether you succeed or fail. Joe, do me a favor, just post up the link in chat for the syllabus. If you can, Joe, just post up the link in chat for the syllabus so people can see. If you guys want to see what you actually will learn in the syllabus, you can click on that link and it'll take you guys over and you'll see exactly what you'll be getting access to in the syllabus, like exactly everything that you're going to learn. All right, so you guys can head on over there now. Click on that link that we just posted there in chat. All right. But results matter at True Trading Group. And when I say results matter, I'm talking about your actual P&L matters when you join True Trading Group. We're not just, you know, broken promises and empty words. The bottom line is that members are making money. They're becoming better traders. If you guys don't believe me, just watch this. My TTG fam, TTG members, I have a very simple question for you. If you guys are making money and becoming better traders because of True Trading Group, I'd like you to type the $ in chat right now. Just type the $ if you're making money and you're becoming a better trader. Now, if you're not a member, I would just advise you to count the amount of $ that come through this side of the screen. These are members that are making money. These are members that found True Trading Group the exact same way that you did, and that's one of these live streams. They have all the same excuses. Small account, full-time job, no time, right? Lost money before, don't know what I'm doing, no experience, but yet now they're telling you that they're making money thanks to the TTG platform. Guys, we're going to skip the code word tonight. We're going to give one out tomorrow night. All right, we're going to skip the code word tonight. Members, this is for members only. This is part of a $5,000 giveaway that we do with members. So if you're not a member, don't worry about this. But for members, we're skipping the code word tonight. All right, we're skipping the code word for tonight. All right. So like I said, guys, you see all the people that are typing $ there in chat. And our price, we've officially started that July 4th sale. So the price of our membership used to be $2,212. Now with our July 4th sale, you guys get a 52% discount. It drops the price all the way down to $10.50. And for those that think that that's a lot of money, it's $2.88 a day. Think about how much money you've lost trying to figure this stuff out on your own, or being part of the wrong community, or not having access to the tools. How much money would you still have if you started with all those things from the very beginning? When you start thinking of it that way, the $10.50 starts to seem like a no-brainer, and that's because it is. We didn't move the price up today because it's Adam's fault. So tomorrow we're going to be going to $11.50. It was supposed to be $1,100 today. It's $10.50 though, because Adam did not change the price. So it's going to be $11.50. Okay, so we are going to jump up to $11.50. So that'll be the you guys can get it for $10.50 here today. But you're also going to get 2 private study group sessions with the membership. That's going to be a chance for you to get some individual attention from one of the TTG mods, so you can speed up your learning curve to get your questions answered. And last but not least, Adam talked about this earlier. We are confident in this platform, and we stand behind it and its ability to help you become successful, that we are willing to offer anyone that joins a double your money back guarantee. That means you'll spend $10.50 right here now today. If you go through our courses, quizzes, and attend the study group and do not ever make the $10.50 back, not even once during your membership, at the end of your year, we will give you back not just the $10.50, we will give you back $2,100. That is how confident we are in our ability to help you become successful, as long as you're willing to put in just a little bit of effort and a little bit of energy. And I can do that easily and with a smile on my face, since we have a refund rate of under 3% since 2016. It's about 2.46%, I believe, since 2016. And 78% retention rate, which means 78% of our members are choosing to renew or upgrade their membership to lifetime. That's why I'm able to offer you that double your money back guarantee without breaking a bead of sweat. I can do it with a smile on my face, because results matter at your training group. When I say results, I'm talking about your results, nobody else's. Okay? So in order to claim this discount, guys, you just have to go to ttgoffer.com and then enter the coupon code TTG121. Okay? Again, that is ttgoffer.com, coupon code TTG121. All right? That is how you guys will be able to claim that offer. You actually have to type the coupon code in. Okay, you actually have to type the coupon code in. So when you get to the page, it's going to show 2212. You have to type in TTG121 and click apply code. That'll drop it down to the 1050, and that's how you guys will get that 52% discount. All right. This offer is good until midnight tonight. You guys have until midnight until the price jumps to $11.50. All right. It should have been $1100 today, but until midnight tonight, you guys can jump on that $10.50 price point before it jumps up to $11.50. Right? If you guys have questions about the membership, okay, you can send a text message to 786-505-4221. That's if you have questions about the membership. Again, that is 786-505-4221. The phone number is at the bottom of your screen. So if you have questions about anything, you guys can send a message to that number. Don't call that number. Send a text message. You're not going to get some random customer service rep. You're going to talk to Adam, who you just saw on this live stream. And Adam is my business partner and co-founder of True Trading Group. So you can speak directly to one of the owners of the company so to help you guys answer any questions that you have about this membership. All right. So again, guys, you have until midnight tonight to get a 52% discount. Brings the price from $22.12 down to the $10.50. Price is going to jump up to $11.50 tomorrow. Let me actually show you the platform itself, so you guys can get a feel for like what some of these tools look like when you guys are going to be joining, to see what you get access to. You're going to be getting access to our chat room, of course, where the mods and I share our screen every day. We're live on the mic from pre-market till after hours. All right, we're calling out our trades in real time. You got our mobile app. If you can't be in front of your computer screen, don't worry about it. The mobile app will let you be connected to chat and get real-time push notifications whenever a mod enters or exits a trade. Okay, so even if you're at work, as long as you can listen to music, you guys can use the mobile app. That's how so many of our members are able to work full-time jobs and still make money with True Trading Group. You're also going to get the 2 small private study group sessions. I told you guys about that earlier. A chance for you to get some individual attention to speed up your learning curve. And then you get all the tools. The Benzinga news feed will give you guys a live breaking up to the second news alert service directly inside of our chat. Trading View's premium charting software. Okay, one of the most commonly used charting software is by active traders. Yours free with your membership. The Trade Ideas Scanner streams live on our platform every day to make sure you're always focused on the hottest stocks during the day. Our simulator lets you trade stocks and options with fake money, but with real-time data, so you can practice implementing what you were learning in the courses. These things would these are the things I'm telling you guys. These things would cost you about $5,000 a year. This simulator costs you just under $1,000. The Trade Idea Scanner a few hundred. Trading Views charts a few hundred. Benzinga would charge you $1,400 a year if you wanted access to this. It is all included when you pay $10.50 to True Trading Group, but you have until midnight tonight only to get that price point. You also get our own scanner that's similar to FinViz Elite, but lets you scan for crypto. You've got dark pool data, unusual options activity, all information that professional traders use to make better decisions now at your fingertips at no additional cost. You get a performance journal that tracks your trades and gives you statistics on your performance so you can see what you need to work on. You get a social sentiment scanner that will go through Reddit, StockTwits, and Twitter and tell you what ticker symbols are being mentioned most so you can stay ahead of the crowd. Unlimited analyst ratings on any company you're interested in so you can see exactly how many analysts have a buy, sell, or hold rating so you can help make better decisions. Every day, the mods publish a watch list with our game plan on what we plan on trading and how we plan on trading it. And then you have all the courses. The courses are simplified yet expanded upon version I learned working at the fund in New York. There's beginner and foundation courses, advanced courses, options, swing trading, trader psychology, crypto, you name it. We've got it in text and video, whatever's easier for you guys to learn. And then there's a video library that's got nearly 300 hours of workshops and webinars like how to grow a small account, how to trade while working a full-time job, how to resist FOMO, just to name a few. But you can actually start attending these workshops live once you become a full-time member. It's time you guys invested in something real, folks. Something that's got a real chance to help you guys reach your goals. I can't promise you you're going to be successful, but I can promise you a chance to develop the skills needed. And I can promise you that if you join for $10.50, go through our courses, quizzes, and study group, and do not ever make the $10.50 back, I'll give you $2,100. That I can guarantee you. And I can do that because I stand behind this platform and I'm confident in our ability to help you guys reach your goals. If you have questions about this membership, again, send a text message to 786-505-4221. Okay, that's 786-505-4221. All right, you guys have till midnight tonight. Again, ttgoffer.com, TTG121 coupon code. If you guys are still unsure about the platform and you want to try our 7-day trial, you're more than welcome to. You guys can just go to ttgthree.com to join our 7-day free trial. Weekends and holidays do not count. Okay, weekends and holidays do not count. So you just guys have to go to ttgthree.com so you guys could get access to our 7-day trial, get full 7 trading days with us in chat. I'm telling you guys this now. Get your butts in chat. July is going to be one hell of a month. Thanks for joining me tonight, folks. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys all in chat tomorrow.